Hey guys, it's Spicy, and today I'm going to bring you guys Cypher setups on the new map, Breeze. I'm going to show you guys one-way smokes, tripwire spots, and cam spots that I've found so far. So there's a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. So let's start with the first one-way smoke on A side over here. It's going to one-way all of A main. What you're going to do is you're going to come to the outside bottom edge of this pyramid, and you're going to look to the inside top corner of the pyramid like this. You're gonna let this cage go, and it's gonna land on the pyramid right over there, and that's gonna be your first one-way smoke for all of A main. Now, before I show you guys that one-way smoke, I'm just gonna come right over here and show you guys the cam spot that can go along with that. Get on this ledge. You can put the cam on these pipes over here like this, and you're gonna be able to see into A main pretty clearly. This is gonna go well with this one-way smoke. You can actually put the cam anywhere in this general area. You can put it on the railing here. You can put it on the railing here at this back wall right over here. You can't put it here before the wall goes down, but once it goes down, you can actually put it right over here. Very, very strong cam spot. You're going to stand behind the pyramid and you're going to wait for people to come into A main. Once you see activity there, what you're going to do is activate this, go to the left, and you're going to have this whole one-way to yourself right over here. Now, real quick, let's test how that looks from the opponent's perspective. I'm going to put a cam here, eye level for the opponent, and I'm going to activate this cage, do a full wide peek like this. As you can see, this is what the enemy is going to see from their perspective. They will see you, but it's going to be very slight. And by the time they realize you're there, you've probably already killed at least one person. And you're in a safe position that you can actually retreat back. All right, so let's move on to the second one-way smoke on this A site. This is one that I like to do, especially on pistol rounds. Get into this corner, and you're going to look at this leaf over here. Look at the top left edge of that leaf. I'm going to line up a part of my UI with that leaf, and that's exactly what you're going to have to do to get this one-way smoke. So this is what I'm going to do right here. This is the lineup for this one-way. Once you have that UI horizontal line in line with the leaf like this, you're just going to let this go, and that is going to be the one-way smoke for the left side. Again, it's going to be for all of A main. Now, the cam I like to use with this one-way smoke, come on the edge of this ledge, and then you're just going to put the cam right over here at the bottom. This is going to give you a good view into A main, and it's going to go really well with the one-way smoke. The one-way I like to use on pistol rounds simply because the area that you're in is pretty dangerous. This is wall bangable. You're going to be full exposed right over here if you try to escape the area. So if you can just get one or two picks with this one-way, you're pretty effective with it. So what I like to do is look through this cam, and as soon as I start seeing people in this cam right over here, even inside A main, I'm just going to activate this cage, back up, and right over here, you're going to have all of A main right over here. And you can especially get people as they're coming right out. Now let's move on to the third one-way smoke. Okay, this is again going to be for A main. What you're going to do is run into this corner. Just like that. Now, take a look at these three patches in the hill right over here. I'm going to zoom in on it again. I'm on low textures, low everything. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You're going to line a part of your user interface with this third patch over here. But you're going to have to crouch first. Okay, so crouch first and then line it up. So I'm crouching. And then this is the lineup. This is on lining up my user interface with that third patch. Okay. Once I'm crouching and it's lined up, I'm just gonna let this go. And there's your one-way cage right there. This is gonna be for A main. When it comes to the camera with this, I've showed you guys the cam over there. I've showed you guys the cam on the ledge overhang over there. Both are very good spots. What I'll do is I'll show you guys another spot that you can use for that one-way. Come right over here on this box. Come here. Simply put it off the barrel at the top, right over here. Good enough. You can also do this cam if you want right over here. It's going to be right above the double doors, so you're going to see people coming out of ramps, but it's going to give you a nice hidden look into A main as well. So now those are the camera spots. You can mix and match, pick either one you want. What I'm also going to do with this setup is give you guys two wire spots. So put this wire here, and I'm going to explain why later. And then the second wire spot I'm going to give you guys is this one over here. You can do this wire while the wall is up. Okay, the wall is here. You can do this wire while the wall is up before the round starts. Now the way you're going to play this is you're in your cam, and when you start seeing activity in A main, you're going to activate this cage right over here. Cage triggered. And if you creep up slowly, look at that. This is all you get right over here. You get everything. You get all of this. Yeah. Here's how it looks with the Vandal. Right? And they barely see you on the other side. Now, I just want to quickly explain this trip and that trip. That trip over there is simple enough. If people run into that, they're going to light up, so you get an easy kill with the one-way. This trip over here, the reasoning for that is simply if someone is flanking, they open this door while you're in this cage. They're hearing your gunfire. They're probably going to want to swing you and shoot you. This is what the opponent sees when they're trying to flank. But if they hear you shooting, they're going to want to swing. So if they swing this, they're going to hit the wire. And you're going to get an easy kill right over here. So that's the reasoning behind these two tripwires. Here's the one way. I'm going to put the cam right over here. Right as the entry. And we're going to see how it looks from their perspective. So I'm going to enter this cage here. Crouch. I can see them right now. Yeah. Here's how I look from the opponent's point of view, right? Barely do you see anything. Barely do you see anything, right? Now let's move on to the fourth one-way smoke on A site. Come right into this wall over here before the round starts. And you're simply gonna look at this part in the wall, the green leaves, right? You're gonna look at this area right there. I'm gonna line up a part of my UI with that, and then that's gonna be your cage. Once you figure it out, it's pretty easy to do. All right, keep your eye there. Here's how I'm gonna line it up, like this. This is the lineup, right? Now, once the wall goes down, I'm simply going to throw my cage, and that's going to be the one way. Wall goes down. Right here, wall went up. I'll let this go. Same thing, right? Again, it's this area right here. This dark green leaves come up, line it up like this. Easy clap, right? So that's your one way. You're in your cam. When you start seeing activity in A main, you're just going to activate this cage from the cam. And this is what you end up getting. You end up getting this whole area. Play it any way you want. Now let's move on to the fifth and sixth one-way smoke for A site. These smokes are going to be for double doors. I'm going to show you guys both. So the first one is right here. This one, you're going to look at the top, just let it go. That's going to be the one-way smoke. And this is going to try to get people when they're midway up the ramp. When they're midway up the ramp, okay? Now the second one-way smoke, remember there's a wall here, right? Second one-way smoke, you're going to have to do right after the round starts. Just run up over here. Look to this edge and just let it go. Lots of room for error. That's the one way. This one is going to be when they're crossing mid or when they're just entering the doorway. Okay? So if you're playing for this one-way smoke, what you want to do is try to position yourself somewhere where you're not in the line of sight from A main. Typically though, you want to be like right over here, back up a bit. This is going to help you take advantage of this one-way smoke, especially if they're entering A site or they're crossing mid. If you're over here inside of A main, this is how it looks. Right? Now, the second one-way smoke is this one over here. This one's going to be for when they're halfway up the ramp or when they're just getting out of this choke. A couple different ways you can play for it. One's right over here. Right there. You can play also on top of box. Up to you. You can do either one. They're all very good. Works very well. Let me just really quickly show you guys the tripwire spots that you can use. The first one, I went over this earlier. Again, this one you can do before the wall goes down. Same thing with this one. There's a couple you can do over here off that fence. This one's really good because it prevents people from going to the left. Right over here. Put it a little lower like this. Prevents people from going to the left. Keeps them in this front area over here. If you can prevent them from taking control of back site, retake is going to be very easy. So that's how you kind of want to play around your trips. So that's how you want to play A site. I've given you guys multiple one-way smokes for double doors and A main. What I generally like to do is to have a one-way smoke for double doors and A main. So that way I'm able to stop pushes from both sides. And this is everything that I've found for B site over here. 4 one-way smokes, 1 from tunnel, 2 for the gate over here, and 1 on pillar. And these are all the tripwires I've found. And there's not many simply because it's such an open map that an effective tripwire is hard to find. So you got this one over here, this one off the pipe, this one on default plant position over here, and then you got this one as they try to enter this back area over here. These are the tripwires that I found. These are the most reliable ones, and then the 4 one-way smokes. Now, the one-way smokes is where I think you can really take advantage of this site, because these 2 one-way smokes in particular, you can play them from different angles, which is going to confuse the enemies, and it's always going to give you an upper hand in the fights because they're not exactly going to know where you are. So I'm going to go through each one-way one by one. Let's start with this left side one-way over here. What you're going to do is run into this ladder like this in this corner, and then look up. You're just going to look at that and then come to the edge right over here of the roof, and you're just going to let this go. You can do this before the wall goes down. And this is going to be the one-way smoke, the left side one-way smoke. And what I like to do for all these one-way smokes sometimes is put a trip over here, because this trip getting destroyed or someone getting caught in the trip is going to be a sign that you need to activate the one-way. This is going to be the best position. Right over here, as they're coming up the ramps, you're going to be able to get them through the one-way smoke. Now, if you're playing in this position, definitely put a trip over there, because any enemies coming through tunnel over here, they're going to be able to see your bullet tracers. So if they see that you're there, they're going to want to swing you. But if you have this wire there, you're gonna have the upper hand in that fight, and you can just get them through the wire. So that one-way smoke is probably the weakest one-way smoke on this site, because there's only really one angle that you can use it from. But this one and this one are very strong one-way smokes, because when you combine them, they work very well. So let's focus on this one on the right side real quick. You're gonna get into this corner where the wood is, and you're simply gonna look at the bottom left over there. That's the lineup. You can do this before the wall goes down, and you're gonna get this one-way smoke. Now, while I'm here, I'm gonna show you guys the one-way for this as well, because you can do it from the same spot. You're gonna line up the UI that I'm zooming in on with this green patch over here. So keep your eye on this area. This is how you're gonna line it up, like that. That's how you want to line up that corner with the green patch, right? And then you're just gonna jump and let this go. That's the lineup, right? Onto the pillar. So from one spot, you just got two one-ways, and these are typically the one-ways that I like to combo as well. With these one-ways, you can pick either wires that you want. Typically, I pick this one and this one. All right, and let me just show you guys some cam spots real quick before I show you that one-way. You can put one here. This is a very reliable cam spot that I found, because it sees into that mid-top area over there. Another one is right above arches, because they have to look all the way up to destroy it while they're entering the site. And then anywhere in this general area, you can put a cam, and it's going to work very well. Like even right over here, if you put it here, this is going to be like the Haven cam on A site, where it's behind the leaves, so it's going to get some camouflage. When it comes to this one-way, on the right side, there's a couple of different angles you can attack it from. The best angle to attack it from is right over here. This is the best angle. But keep in mind, you want to activate this cage as people are attacking the site. If you activate it too early, it's not going to be effective. If you activate this cage when people are over here, it's not going to be effective, because people aren't going to push this, right? You want to do it as they're attacking the site. That's why I tell you, put a trip here, because if you put a trip here and it gets destroyed, then you know there's a good chance that someone is over here. And that's the best time to activate the cage, because they're going to push this, and now you're over here and you're going to be able to get that easy pick. Now you can also attack this one way from this angle. This angle is pretty good as well. Third angle you can use is this one over here. This one's a little more dangerous, but if you use it once in a while after using the other angles, they can throw them off. So those are the three angles you can use for this one-way smoke. Typically what I like to do is combo that one-way smoke with this one over here. So I'm looking through this cam. If this wire gets destroyed, I'm activating this, and I'm looking through here. And then if I start seeing people come left, I'm activating this so I can get them through here. Works really well, especially if you combo that with the wire. Now this cage over here I found, and you're simply putting it on the pipe. That's going to give you your one-way for the tunnel. If you're playing this position over here, this is going to be an effective one-way. So that's B site over here. You guys got your cameras on this right side. You got your tripwires in this entry area over there, and maybe one over there. You got your 4 one-way smokes across the map. That's essentially how you want to play B site. A very effective way to play. I've definitely gotten some good picks using these setups. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope these Cypher setups help you in your ranked games. Remember, you can catch me using all these setups on this map and other maps live on Twitch at SpicyCurry0. Make sure you go give that a follow. Remember, you can catch me on TikTok. You can join my Discord channel. You can also follow me on Twitter for updates. All the links are in the description down below. But anyways guys, thanks for watching, and as always, stay spicy.